So we're back for another episode of NBA 2K11, and I saw earlier today the Orlando Magic defeat the Washington Wizards by 7, 102 to 95. For the Magic, Vince Carter has 24 points, Dwight Howard 21, Jamil Nelson 15-10, Marcin Gota 10, and the rest of the Orlando Magic. On the other hand, for Washington, Andrei Blatch 19, John Wall 17, Jabel McGee 16, Josh Howard 14, and Gilbert Arenas 17 assists and 9 points in the rest of the Wizards. So a huge victory for the Magic to start their campaign for 2011 season. But first to check out the Magic First, let's check out the Utah Jazz stats and just snapping her away. So we are ready to start this game. So we're gonna wrap up for the second matchup of the day here in Salt Lake City at the Energy Solutions Arena. It's gonna be a good one here in Phoenix, in Salt Lake City, featuring Steve Nash and Grant Hill of the Phoenix Suns, take on Darren Williams and Andrei Kirilenko of the Utah Jazz. So for this game, the Suns in the purple and the Jazz in the white. So for now, I'm going to send in Kevin Harlan and US Early Center in LG Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City. Here we go. Tip off time, Phoenix in Utah. Let's get started now.
Thursday night at the NBA, keeping defenders off balance and never wasting a possession. Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns go up against the Utah Jazz and their elastic forward, a.k.a. Andrei Kirilenko. Suns, Jazz. From Energy Solutions Arena, up next.
It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Phoenix Suns. So good to have you with us on this Thursday night for some hoops action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg. The Jazz make a quick stop here at home before heading back out on the road. First time this season that these two clubs have faced off against each other. And of course, Utah. If you look at these two teams last year, they were pretty even going 2-2.
I think in the second game of a back-to-back, it's always important to get off to a good start. And also you have to make sure that you utilize your reserves a little more than normal.
Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Nash runs point with Jay Rich at the 2. Hakeem Warwick and Robin Lopez in the middle. And Turkoglu. And for Utah, Paul Millsap and Al Jefferson up front. Darren Williams and Raja Bell in the backcourt. And Kirilenko. Here's Jefferson. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, guys. I caught up with Coach Alvin Gentry. Their focus will largely be centered on defense today. He said if we challenge them and make them work hard for every point, I don't think they have the energy left to handle us defensively. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
It's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team. So much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Ford. Nails the easy jumper. Head coach Alvin Gentry. Some people I think he's a newcomer to the NBA, but he's had head coaching stints all over the country.
Yeah, he has. Miami, Detroit, with the Clippers, short-lived relatively, but coaching the Suns certainly has been his best work, Kevin. He was outstanding in leading that team to the conference finals.
So it's Phoenix now, after the miss from Darren Williams. Nash outside. The 3, shots good.
Kevin, that's just not good defense. You can't be giving players of his talent level looks like that. Come on now.
A lot of people agree, Clark, that Phoenix is a great team, no doubt, but one that just hasn't been able to get over the top and actually win any championships. The window may be closing. There's a little bit of age on that team.
Yeah, there certainly is. And you know what, Kevin? It's unfortunate, but there are really good teams throughout the history of the league that run into teams that are just a little better when it comes to winning the championship. And it's too bad because you'd really like to see Nash get a ring. Sometimes it's just not in the cards, even for great players that play on really good teams.
So for the Suns, Clark, you think it's now or never time for them this season?
You know what? It might be. It might even be longer than that. These players stay in such great shape. The windows stay open a little longer in this day and age, Kevin. You worry more about young guys coming in than your own age, I think.
You think older players can play longer?
I think so. I think the window is longer because of all of the training, the attention to detail and taking care of their bodies, the way they manage themselves. I think that's certainly realistic.
First free throw is good. Andrei Kirilenko, always a formidable defensive presence park with his quickness and that elastic wingspan of his.
Yeah, call him Mr. Gadget, and last season was a pretty good one for him statistically as well. Unfortunately, a calf injury late in the season derailed his action in the playoffs.
And the Suns making a change here. Here's Turkle. He had 10 points in the win against Portland. That's good.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
And Utah has possession. 6-point game. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Well, I loved how they attacked the defense. That was impressive. They were able to get inside, draw fouls, get to the line, and then they made the important free throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was your jazz dancer. Get loud!
ISO!
Here's Karolinko. Turned in an outstanding game against Denver. Yeah, good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Here's Nash. Blocked. It's one-on-one. Stuffed. On the wing, Jason Richardson. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Trailblazers in Portland.
There are easier fast break buckets than a contested three, but he was feeling it, and he knocked it down.
Now, here's Nash. 7-point differential. Here's Williams. He's another guy now had a stellar performance in that win against Denver. Here is Bell. Richardson covered. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Utah with a solid 31 wins against the Western Conference opponents they faced a year ago.
Yeah, and 30 wins against the West is usually what it takes to secure home court advantage in the postseason. They just fell short in the end last season of that fourth playoff season.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Okur comes in for Al Jefferson. And Gordon Hayward's is subbed in for Andrei Karolinko. The Suns making a switch here. Nash's shot is in. Jazz trailed by 9. Falling short last year, like you mentioned. Didn't get them in the first one. But you think they'll have to list winning their division as a goal for this season?
I think that's always the case, Kevin. I mean, you start out with trying to win your division and then go from there. You can worry about playoff seeding and home court. Advantage after you handle winning your division.
Now let's check in with the third member of our crew, Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, Gordon Hayward out of Butler, the number 9 pick by the Utah Jazz. He's considered an excellent shooter, but his sophomore year, his three-point percentage dipped way down to just 29%. Hayward said, a lot of it was just mental, just a confidence thing. Last year, for whatever reason, I had a slump. I don't have any doubts about being in the gym full-time. It'll get those numbers back up. Guys, very well thought of and a perfect fit for the Utah Jazz.
We're happy to have him. Thanks, Doris. Millsap kicks to Okur. Lopez with the ball. Here's Hill. It's good. Hill's got his second bucket of the night.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
Here comes Darren Williams, down by 12. Utah calls timeout. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. Number 1, Steve Nash. Third is Darren Williams.
You know, these two guys served up room service dimes all season long. I mean, they set it up nicely for their teammates, and as a result, their teammates got plenty of easy baskets.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Richardson comes in for Hedo Tripoli. And it's Dragic in for Steve Nash. Here's Dragic. Darren Williams picking up that last basket.
I got it! Come to me! I see him!
There's Dragic with the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
They're really doing a nice job, a really good job of getting everything they want in this quarter. Just good, solid basketball.
Dumps it off. And there is Al Jefferson, the assist by Haley. Jefferson's got his first basket of the night. Here's Dragic. Pass to Hill. Here's Lopez, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
Way to distribute the basketball.
So the first quarter is over. We've got a double-digit lead. Suns ahead. They lead by 13.
Well, they're scoring with ease. They've definitely hit the ground running. Let's see if they can keep it up.
It's more NBA coming your way.
It's a special Halloween broadcast of the NBA. Darren Williams and the Utah Jazz go up against Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder next Sunday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
And as the second quarter begins, it hasn't been the most competitive game so far. Here's Richardson. It's a 13-point game. Now, Clark, thinking about the Jazz, here's a franchise that's been a fixture in the playoffs for decades, but they have never been able to win a championship.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because they have been a model of consistency. They play hard, they play tough, they're always in the playoffs, but they've not quite been a dominant team. And when you talk about winning a ring, you've got to be a dominant team.
So with Williams on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Jerry Sloan. Al Jefferson and Memento Cool, the 4 and 5. Bella's out there with Ronnie Price and Kirilenko.
Unbelievable shot there. He busted out the trick release and left the defender dazed and confused.
So we talked about the Jazz being a dominant team. Will Jerry Sloan ever hoist the O'Brien Trophy?
I don't think he will, but he's already a Hall of Famer, which is well-deserved. And again, championships are just one way to measure the success of a player or coach. Not every great player or coach is going to be a champion in terms of winning the ring.
Here's Dragic. 7 points in the game. Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Well, guys, how about the 22-year tenure of Jazz coach Jerry Sloan, the longest-running tenure in American professional sports? It's a testament to his hard work and also to an organization that understands the value of stability. Jerry Sloan said, I tell our players, I'm going to be here and you may not. I've been real fortunate that our owner gave me the opportunity to say that. If you don't have support, you don't have a fighting chance in the NBA. What wise words, guys.
I'd pick him in any fight, but that support helps. Thanks, Doris. Here's Richardson again, Phoenix.
He's a streaky shooter, but when he gets it going, he can put points on the board in a real hurry.
Jason Richardson, a nice fit for the Suns team. He can hit the three, and like you talked about this a lot, the explosion and finishing in transition.
Yeah, I love that about Jay Rich. He can shoot the deep three, but if you don't keep him from the paint area, he can make you look bad and posterize you. You know, he's not the best ball handler, but that's okay because he's got one of the best who's ever playing next to him in Steve Nash.
So it's Phoenix now. After Memo Okurs.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
Utah calls timeout. A different look for Utah. Basenko's checked in, and Paul Millsap is subbed in for Al Jefferson. And the Suns here with a different look. Robin Lopez is checked in for Prime. Hill comes in for Hakeem Ward. Vito Turkoglu's checked in for Josh Childress. And it's Nash in for Jason Richardson. Here's Williams. Back to Millsap. With the fadeaway. Lays out. Here's Kirilenko. Nails it from the wing. Kirilenko's got 6.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Here's Nash. He's got 9. Takes it up. Kirilenko gets her hand on it. He shoots again. And Nash with the lay-in. And the Suns lead by 16.
Well, he's really been big for their team, finding a way to consistently get it done on the scoreboard.
And Millsap back it in. And again, it's Utah. Here's Nash. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Portland. One of the bullet points for the Phoenix Suns, Clark, just checking it out here, they averaged an NBA high 110.2 points a game. That's actually the second highest scoring output they've had in Nash's 6 seasons with the team. Unbelievable.
Well, Nash has all of the accolades, but it is still absolutely amazing to me, Kevin, to see how easy he makes things for his teammates. I mean, he doesn't blind you with his speed. He's just so efficient, so crafty, so clever. And I think his competitive spirit gets overlooked in all that he does.
Here's Lopez. Really played well against Portland in his last outing.
You got to have a vice grip on that ball in the low post. You got to really squeeze it.
And the basketball Kirilenko. On offense, here are the Suns. 17 points was their biggest margin. Fresh from a win against Portland.
You know, Kevin, I think it sort of came down to the fact they did not have to deal with a lot of pressure from the defense they were facing. Had they been up against a good defense, it could have easily been a different story.
Here is Williams. Steve Nash making his last shot. Jacks up the triple. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job getting him the ball on the offense here in the second quarter.
Connects from in close. Nash has got 15.
Oh, my goodness. Nobody stopped the ball. The D made that much too easy for him.
And here's Millsap. Goes up. And he lays that one up and in. Millsap's got his second bucket of the night.
He is really having a good quarter, a strong quarter, an efficient quarter, doing a lot of positive things out there. Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes. Looks like they switched to man D here.
Here's Vasenko, and Utah again with the bucket.
I thought that was a real good job to look for the shot they wanted, and then be patient enough to wait for it.
Circle it, up high and down home.
Does he make it look easy or what, partner? Trust me, that's not easy.
Oh, I know it. I think he could climb over the backboard if he wanted to. Now here's Williams.
In an effort to solidify the middle, they've changed to a 2-3 zone.
And for 3. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 17 points in the game. Here's Nash. Drains it from short range.
Speed kills after every rebound or bucket. They're pushing it ahead down the floor. They're killing them on the break. You know what? This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players.
That'll do it for the first half.
We've seen Nash getting it done. He has 17 points and 2 steals. Whether it's making the tough pass or coming up with the steal, he's been able to do it.
Suns lead by 10.
Hello, Damon Bruce here, and welcome to the HP Halftime Report. So far, we got a lopsided lapper out at Energy Solutions Arena. For the Phoenix Suns, they have the lead against Utah. An incredible shooting touch on display, just scorching the nets. A sensational first half for Steve Nash. He has 17 points. He's also added a couple steals. And for the Jazz, it's been all hustle. So far, they've enjoyed a strong start to the season. Andrei Kirilenko playing well so far. He has 11 points and has added a couple assists in this one, too. It hasn't exactly been a back-and-forth affair between these teams, but these two have done more than their fair share of scoring. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time.
The second half just about to get underway. Here's Nash. 17 points in the game. On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Jason Richardson and Hito Turkoglu at the 2 and the 3. Team York and Roman Lopez in the middle. And Clark, one thing about Darren Williams, he's a factor at both ends of the court, not just offensively.
Yeah, you're right there, Kevin. I mean, he's got such good quickness, and he has size and strength, and he understands how to use those to his advantage, particularly at the defensive end. He can cover bigger guards on switches, and he gives about as good as he gets against smaller, quicker guards, too.
Here's Jefferson and smash.
Pretty finish right there, Kevin. Take it up and then throw that thing down.
He didn't have to make it special, just get the job done.
That's right. Keep it simple.
Now here's Nash. 19 points in the game. Richardson. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Richardson's got 11 points. And also Darren Williams set a career high last season in steals and in rebounds.
Yeah, he does it all from that position. I mean, quick hands. He's got the strong body that we've talked about. He gets to the glass well for a point guard. I mean, he makes an all-around impact on his team, and that's part of what makes him special. These guys are putting on a clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
And the Jazz call time here. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with a list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. Look at the Suns. This is a team that absolutely is lethal from long range. #1 in the NBA.
You know, Kevin, they were absolutely fantastic last year. I mean, they demanded respect from behind the arc all year long. Very consistent and very disciplined in their shot selection. They knew exactly how to move the defense and move themselves to get quality looks from behind the three-point line.
Here's Richardson after Al Jefferson scored.
Well, these guys just aren't missing. They continue to knock down their shots here to start the third.
Get outside, get outside.
Williams against Nash.
You got him.
Here's Millsap over Lopez. It's blocked.
And after that first miss, they're 3 of 4. They're trying to run him out of the building right now.
I see you, I see you.
Nash right side. It is for the assist from Turkoglu. 21 points for Nash.
Well, he's lighting it up, and that's surprises no one. This guy is just a dominant. Fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
And Phoenix has possession. 17 points was their biggest margin. Nash is called for the charge. That's his first foul.
Great job by the defender that time. He got his feet set, stood his ground, and absorbed the contact.
A different look for Utah. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Kirilenko. And it's Gaines in for Rajabel. Channing Frye's checked in for the Suns. Here is Gaines. Got the bucket and the foul.
Potential three-point play now, Kevin. He earned that one. Checking out the game Paul Millsap is having. He has 8 points and 3 assists.
Now we're looking at the Louisiana Tech product, Paul Millsap Clark. A great find for the Jazz. Second round back in the draft of 06.
You know, Kevin, typically what happens when a guy rebounds in college is that he transfers to the NBA, and Paul Millsap is a perfect example of that. He led the NCAA in rebounds 3 years in a row. Very few players have ever done that. So you knew he would be a consistent rebounder, but he's added to his offensive game as well, and that's created value for the Utah Jazz in that he was only a second-round pick.
And here is Williams, following Hedo Turkoglu's three. Millsap from the stripe, blocked. They retain possession. Gaines gets the bucket. Suns lead by 8. Here's Warwick. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. 10 points for him. What always strikes me, Clark, about Phoenix, the Suns team is such a great passing team. Number 4 last season in assists per game.
And it starts with Steve Nash. I mean, he's the guy that makes that happen. He's the catalyst. But, you know, top to bottom, everybody on that team, most of them, I think, is looking to make the extra pass. That's why they shoot such a high percentage.
Sir Clark, to that point, the Suns have a roster that is looking to make the extra pass and can make the extra pass.
That's an excellent point, Kevin. It's one thing to think about the pass. It's another thing to execute it. A lot of teams that have that unselfish mentality, but they don't have the skill set throughout the roster the way the Suns do. Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Jazz trailed by 9. Here's Gaines. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
That's a good look. Very nice.
Here comes Steve Nash. He's got 21.
Great vision on. Display there. The pass led in perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
Here's Williams. 9-point game. Let's go with the 3. And again, it's the Jazz from deep. Here's Nash. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Warwick. Cams the shot. He's got 12.
When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team him. That's your only hope.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. To the paint, Richardson. And he gets the bucket. Foul is called. 1 free throw for him.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
The Suns making a switch here.
Shooting for Utah. Shooting the 1.
And no problem at the line here for the 3-point play. Here's Price. And here's Bell from the arc. Missed. He played with 3 in the double-digit game going on here. A fantastic game from Steve Nash in this one.
Absolutely. He's scoring well, and he's doing it with excellent efficiency. That's the key. He's playing within himself and getting good looks.
Back soon here in Utah.
Tune in this Halloween. Monte Ellis and the Golden State Warriors hit the road for a duel with the LA Lakers next Sunday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific.
And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Suns that garners the Sprite Spark today. Their commitment to stifling defense has been a focal point as they continue to build on this lead, guys.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
Here's Price. So with Williams on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Jerry Sloan. We've got Ronnie Price. He's out there with Bell. Andrei Kirilenko is out there with Memo Okur and Evans. Okur, that's good.
These guys are going absolutely crazy from outside. Ever since the second half started, they've been nailing them nonstop.
Nash's shot is in.
These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
And so here is Utah, trailing by 10. Price outside. Here's Evans. Tipped. Now Nash. The alley-oop. Deflects the pass. Defended by Bell. The shot by Nash. No good.
Great defense there. Challenged the path of the shooter, which caused the miss.
Evans against Hill. Here's Lopez, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. That one on Kirilenko.
Good foul. You can't let him get that easy dunk, especially since he struggled at the line.
And the first one drops. Paul Millsap's checked in for Utah. Williams comes in for Ronnie Price. Then for the Suns, Jason Richardson. He's checked in for Clark. And it's Dragic in for Steve Nash. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Williams. With an assist this trip down, he'd have 10 for the game. Millsap with it. Takes it up.
The defense hasn't let him get too many clean looks in this game. He's having trouble getting it done at the offensive end here, and I think you've got to credit the defense.
Hill against Millsap. Releases from 15, and the basket by Hill. And the Suns lead by 14.
He got that one, but he hasn't been producing the way we're accustomed to. He needs to look for a shot a bit more.
Here's Williams. Hits the quick shot. So it's Phoenix now. 17 points was their biggest margin.
Kevin, you know, I love that. Finishing strong.
For a backcourt player, Clark, he looks right at home. 5 into the hoop. Here's Williams. Just over 3 minutes left to the fourth.
To get back into this game, Kevin, they need to really concentrate on limiting the turnovers. I mean, it hasn't been terrible for them, but it's still hurting their cause.
There's Richardson slamming it down.
Assist goes to Robin Lopez.
Here's Williams. And the Jazz call time here. They're losing by 16. 2:45 left in the game. Al Jefferson's checked in for the Jazz. Hakeem Ward, he's checked in for the Suns. Turkoglu comes in for Josh Childress. Here is Bell to the right wing. Kirilenko kicks to Okur. And a three!
You might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in him.
Here's Dragic. And that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot two.
First personal foul.
The first one falls.
At the line of the Suns. Dorian Dragic.
Good on both. Here's Williams. 2:29 left in the fourth. The dump off. Bell. Here's Jefferson. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Oh, what a great look to get it inside. That's the way to find him when he's ready to score.
Now Turkoglu. Turkoglu with the charge. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
For the Jazz, this one's not looking good. It's a 13-point game. Now here's Williams. He's guarded by Dragic. The pick. It's blocked. It stays here. Paul Millsap's checked in for Memo Okur. Phoenix also making some changes. Nash is checked in. Here's Williams. The inbound pass. That's good.
When you got a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Here's Nash. Kirilenko gets the whistle for blocking. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, it can be awfully hard to stay in front of guys at this level. He tried his best, but still got hit with the foul.
Here's Turkoglu. Sinks it. And the Suns lead by 12.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Back to Jefferson. On 7. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Nice speed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
With the floater. And yep, that falls, and the foul is called. We'll see him shoot one from the free throw line.
We've seen Nash getting it done. 25 points, and he's come away with a lot of steals in this one. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
That one misses for Nash.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
On offense, here are the Suns, leading by 12. And here's Turkoglu for three. Another three for Phoenix.
Healthy lead, and with smart play the rest of the way, they should be able to win this one.
Back to Millsap. And push through it to him.
Boy, he flushes it with such strength, Kevin.
How about that one, Clark? He continues to top himself.
Yeah, he's outdoing himself. He blows out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
Here is Bell. 1:08 left in the game. Behind the arc. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
He's been stroking it from long range all game long. Actually, most of his points have come from beyond the arc.
And here's Turkoglu for three. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. He's shooting 100% from beyond the arc. Here's Bell. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. He's got 22.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
A nice shot by Nash.
I think they've sealed this one. Not enough time left to mount a comeback.
And so here is Utah. Down by 15. Here is Bell. Jacks up the triple. Good.
They needed this run sooner. I don't think they have enough time left to stage a comeback now.
There's Nash with the three. Another three for Phoenix.
With this double-digit margin, very little can be done to make this a contest now.
Lopez covering. Gets a good look. And again, it's Utah.
That's unselfish team basketball right there, Kevin.
And Phoenix can just let the clock run down here. Here's Richardson. And good as he lays it up and in. Richardson's got 22. And here is Williams. And the three, Bell. Jason Richardson pulls it in. So it's the Suns winning easily here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark and Doris and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Steve Nash.
Okay, so we are now online. And what is this? 6.17.23 for home offhand dribbling plus 2. So you can see another shoes connection for Mike Jordan. That was another shoes connection. The time we move on here. Alright, so one of huge dominating victory for Phoenix Suns. They crush over Utah Jazz by 50, 109 to 94. For Utah, Raja Bell have 27 points, Andrei Kirilenko 13, Darren Williams got double-double, Okor Jefferson Mills have 10 points, and the rest of the Utah Jazz. On the other hand, for Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash had 30 points, Jason Richardson 22, Hideo Turku 16, Hakeem Water 14, Dragic 11, and Hero is 8, and the rest of the Phoenix Suns. So what a huge dominate for Phoenix Suns, and now it's time for another NBA schedule. How many games today for NBA? So it's 12 NBA games together here. We got the Pacers, Bobcats, Kings, Nets, Hawks, Sixers, Cavaliers, Raptors, Bucks, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Hornets, Knicks, Celtics, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Clippers, Warriors, and our first game we have the Lakers and the Suns in the rematch of the Western Conference Finals. Oklahoma City Thunder and Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic, and the Miami Heat our second game. So first we're gonna check out free agents there. If I join the team, which one did join the team quickly? And Allen Iverson will likely heading to Philadelphia. Will be at one last time. We'll be heading, returning, and later. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson are on to Philadelphia 76ers. Next up for Delonte West heads for Boston.
In this video,
only one here, and now we're gonna keep in half CP rotations. For Jerry Stackhouse, let me see who is it. We're still playing. We're keep playing for Maverick and leaving for Buck. Unlikely we'll be hitting for the one last time. Stephon Maverick on the last name. He was returned in New Year next. No. I wanna get the Knicks quickly.
The ordering system is through a kiosk, and like a Japan counter restaurant,
right, so you need to get in returns.
Behind the counter, and they'll prepare your order.
Michael Finley heading to go back to Spurs. I believe we're heading to Spurs.
To comment gain their fame by adhering to 3 philosophies for perfection. First, by making sure they use only fresh ground meat that is handled.
Next, rate.
Second, by only
and I need more money and I needed this one.
Perfectly.
So we're in right now. And Iverson is going to the Senate. So first I'm gonna save files quickly. And then we'll save one up. Save first. I'm gonna save files quickly as soon as possible. Alright, first I'm gonna start off with Pacers from Pacers Bobcats to the Clippers Warriors. So Pacers Bobcats first matchup, who's gonna win? And ooh no, Darren Collison will be out for 4 to 6 weeks due to the torn meniscus, and Pacers hold on over the Bobcats by 3. 101 to 98. Steven Jackson 22 points. Sharon Ross 18-13. TJ Augustine 16. Nazim Mohammed 13. Tim Thomas 12. And it looks like the rest of the Bobcats. The other hand for the Pacers, Danny Granger 32. Jones 19. Collison 13. And the rest of the Indiana. Next we got the Kings and the Nets. Kings win over the Nets. So Murphy had 20, Devin Harris 18, and Outlaw 17, Lopez 13, Williams 10. Next is the Kings, Evans 29, Caspi 14, and Udrit have 10, and the rest of the Kings. Hawks and the Sixers, and okay, Jamar Crawford will be twisted ankle, and the Hawks will win this game over the Sixers. So Evan Turner has 20 points, Andre Iguodala 14, Lou Williams 12, Andres Luciano, Spates, and Hollis are 8. And Allen Iverson could not seen yet. On the other side, Joe Johnson had 26. Alford had 15-13. Evans 13. Smith and BB 12. Williams 10. Crawford 11. And the rest of the Atlanta Hawks. Caps and the Raptors. And Raptors win, so 29 points and 13 rebounds for Andrei Bargani. Klizza 14, Barbosa 13, Jack 10. On the other hand, for Cleveland, Jameson 32 and 10 rebounds, Session 18, Williams 15, and the rest of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Milwaukee and Minnesota, and Milwaukee win. Fly have 22, Love 18, along with Johnson, Beasley 11, and the rest of the Minnesota guys. Milwaukee, Andrew Bogo 29, Jennings 17, Salmons 13, Ilasovia, and Koy Magay 11, and the rest of the Milwaukee Bucks. Denver and the Hornets. And okay, David West will be sure hamstring, will be still able to play. And Hornets will win over the Nuggets. Wow, Nuggets are now 0-2. Chris Paul have 20 and 9, Thornton 15, Ariza 14, Okafor have double, and Stojakovic have 11. On the other hand, for Denver, Carmelo Anthony 25 points, 10 rebounds, John Stevens 21, Nene 13, Kenyon Martin 10, and the rest of the New Orleans Hornets. New York and Boston. And Boston will win over New York. Kevin Garnett have 18-13, Rajon Rondo 17, Glenn Davis 13, Ray Allen 12, and the rest of the Boston Celtics. On the other hand, for the New York Knicks, Amari Stoudemire 23, Raymond Felton 19, Chandler 11, Randolph 10, Mason 8, Gallinari 5. So it looks like the rest of New York. Memphis and Dallas. And Dallas will win over Memphis. Bounce back was playing overtime. Dirk Nowitzki 24-11, Sean Marion 13, Brandon Hero 12, along with Caron Butler and Jason Terry had double. Jason Kidd had 15 assists, Jason Terry 11, Jerry Stackhouse 9, and the rest of the Dallas Mavericks. On the other hand, for Memphis, Zach Randall 27, OJ Mayo 18, Mike Conley 16, Rudy Gay 12, and the rest of the Memphis Grizzlies. And last but not least, the Clippers and the Warriors. And Warriors win. Monte Ellis got 36 points. David Lee 35. Stephen Curry 15, and the rest of the Golden State. And look at the fourth quarter. The Warriors scored 40 points in the fourth. And on the other hand, for the Clippers, Chris Kaman 3 and 10. Blake Griffin 15. Baron Davis 14. Aaron Gordon 13, and the rest of the LA Clippers. So now, first we're going to get heading to rotation for the Sixers. We'll find, where's the rotation? Let's go coaching. And where's the rotation in this? Game plan and rotation. For Sixers, we're going to need to get Allen Iverson removing for really green the lineup. Okay, Allen Iverson moving 12. Have 80 ratings. And the highest rating in the game. And I need to... Allen Iverson has go with 4 minutes, and the Williams will drop down to the 10 minutes, and then we need to get quickly as soon for the Sixers. So Sixers were keeping up for Allen Iverson. Move on to Senate. Let's check out Boston. Delonte West still in the lineup. Yep, still in the lineup. Alright. For New York, let's see Stephen Marbury is there. Yeah, it's still in the lineup, so not bad. Next, for Dallas. Yep, I'm still here. Next, for San Antonio. And yep, still active for Michael Finley. Alright. They're all set. As the report now we reach the 1 hour, guys. We wrap up for the second game tomorrow. So next Saturday, next week again, we're on to we're on the US Airways Center in Phoenix, Arizona, the rematch of the Western Conference Finals from last season, featuring Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol of the Los Angeles Lakers take on Steve Nash and Theodore Turkoglu of the Phoenix Suns, and followed by second game here in Miami, featuring Dwight Howard and Vince Carter of the Orlando Magic take on LeBron James and Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat. So that should do it for now. This is Andrei Kenshin. As already know earlier, the NFL Week 14, Daniel Jones got their completing season-ending injury due to the Achilles, as the Indianapolis Colts are now in a peril now. The Colts are now peril. They lost by Jacksonville as Jaguars extended by Trevor Lawrence. Now back to winning record. They're now 11-game winning streak at home against Indianapolis since 2015. On the other hand, Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers took down Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens in a tight one, 27-22, and Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers take their business in a close against Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears. And NBC Sunday Night Football, CJ Stroud defeats Patrick Mahomes in the revenge of the AFC divisional game as the Texans beat the Chiefs. So that should do it for now. This is Andrei Kenshin wanting a great game here. So the Suns beat the Jazz by 15, 109-94. This is Andrei Kenshin say so from Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah. We'll see you next Saturday. First game here, US Airways there in Phoenix, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns, followed by a second game here, American Airlines Arena, the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat, and now we reach the 1 hour. So time to take care and peace out. Good night, and we'll see you next week. Peace.